this session for our future reference, and whoever are on online, if you have any questions, they can drop a message in the chat box. We will discuss those questions. If you have any specific question, you can directly post that to the direct message to me as well. So let me introduce myself quickly. So my name is Kishore. I have somewhere around 10 years of corporate experience. Currently, I am a data analytics manager in an MNC. So in data analytics, I work on multiple things. I started working on multiple things like Excel data analysis, and then SQL, and then ETL, and then Power BI, and then Python as well for the data science related. So if I come to the current today's session on the topic uh, like we are going to discuss about Informatica and IICS, and I am not going to take much time today. We will just discuss about the basics. Before getting into the topic, Happy New Year to everyone, and cool that you have chosen very good technology which is booming in the market, and you have IICS attached with Informatica. Informatica being a old tool, but we have IICS recently. Why IICS? IICS is nothing but Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services, right? So Informatica is moving to cloud services, so that's one of the advantage. Let's discuss them in detail slowly, but let's get into the small granular details before getting into the topic, right? I will just quickly take 1 second of pause. Let me know if you have any questions. Cool. I'm considering the silence as no. So quickly, I will walk you through what is ETL and why it is required. For example, if you see any organization, any company, any organization in this world, either a retail store or manufacturing company, any company, they will work on data, their historical data or the current data, or how they are performing, how they are going to perform in future, how they are performing currently. So for all these things, they require data analysis. They have to analyze that data. So to analyze the data, there are multiple ways. So first of all, everyone required, just a small note, others please be on mute if you don't have any questions. Right, thank you. So first of all, like why ETL is so much required is, so ETL stands for extracting and transforming and loading the data. Why it is very much important is, like as I was saying, analyzing the data and reading the business. Like for example, if I tell you, if you are a owner of a particular business, like let me take an example of DMart in India. If you are a owner of DMart, so a DMart owner, what he will do, what are my sales in DMart in different states? Okay, state 1, state 2, state 3, he will see in different states what are my sales, and if you want to compare that with his previous year, and entire information will be in different tables in database. Okay, so we will get into those details in coming sessions, but I'm just trying to give you an overview of ETL process. They wanted to get data from different locations, and they wanted to create this transformations and load it to the machines. If I talk about Informatica is the company name. They have their own software called as Informatica. Earlier, even today also, it was a on-premises software until like on-premises is nothing but the local software where people can access on that. Now they are moving to cloud. So after 2026, they are not going to support on the local software, which is a Informatica local machine. So they are going to support on the cloud only. That's the one of the biggest reason that the market is very wide open for the IICS recruitments, right? IICS is like cloud recruitments. If I talk about ETL in a simplest manner, okay, imagine you all are preparing one dish, any dish. Okay, so while preparing dish, there are three steps involved. First step is bringing your ingredients, right? If you are making any vegetable curry, so you have to bring the required vegetables, spices, and the salt, and chili powder, everything. So these are the ingredients. This is nothing but extraction. So extraction is nothing but you are getting the ingredients from different places. So extraction is nothing but taking data from different tables. and then you are preparing that dish. Like first of all you will add something like maybe oil, and then the spices, and then the vegetables, like that. That is nothing but the transformation. You will be transforming the data from one shape to another shape. Like whatever might be the information in that, you will be modifying that, and then either garnishing or serving the dish, we can say. If you wanted to serve this to others, then that is called as loading. Okay, so in this activity, if you observe these three activities like extraction, transform, and load, if you observe these three, let me take one small design so that you can understand it much clear. Just a sec. Right, so if I take one database like this, a database contains multiple tables. Okay, so this is table 1, table 2, table 3, like this. Okay, I'm just considering, usually in any designing part we will consider this database in this cylindrical shape, right? So table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, like that. Multiple tables are there, right? Table 5 and table 6. This is a database. What is a database and all these things we will discuss in detail in coming sessions. So from this database, it might be a multiple database, like on premise. On premise is nothing but local machine, and it can be a cloud database. Cloud databases, something like Azure, AWS. So something like this are the cloud databases where we will be using. When we use this kind of databases, and we have to load this into another location, either we call it as data warehouse or data lake. Okay, these things we will discuss in detail, the terminologies, what is what. And to load this data, we will be loading the same tables, either doing some by changes. Like for example, one change, we will be table 1 and table 2, we will be combining both the tables, table 1 and table 2 information, and creating a third table in this loading area, this area. So here we will be extracting. Here we will extract table 1 and table 2, and here we will load table 1 and table 2 both together. So extracting, there is no much efforts required. Loading, there is no much efforts required because it's a machine activity. So extracting means if you give a command, it will extract. If you give another command, it will load. But where is the major effort is in the transformation. Okay, we have to transform the data. So that is the biggest effort. Like for example, if I take the same example that we have discussed, bringing ingredients, ingredients, it's not a big task, it is not a tough job, anyone can bring ingredients. And serving dish is also not a tough job, anyone can do. But preparing dish, preparing a dish is a very tough job, because not everyone's task. So this is where we, being a Informatica or ETL developers, we will involve in the task. We will be involving in this task. Like, okay, you may say that bringing and serving, like extracting and loading the data is easy, but I am here to transform the data. I will transform the data as per the client requirement or project requirement, and then we will help the end users. Okay, so why we have to transform the data? As I have said, If you are a DMart owner, I'm just taking an example. If you are a DMart owner, you wanted to see like what are my sales in Delhi. What are my sales? I'm not sure whether DMart is there in Delhi or not. I'm just taking a random example. Please don't get into the details. So what are my sales in Delhi? What are my sales in Mumbai? What are my sales in Bangalore? Okay, so he wanted to see what are my sales in the sense like this year, the current year, what are my sales? Previous year, what are my sales? Profit, which is current year profit, and previous year profit. So all this information he wanted to see on a dashboard. Okay, to see why this information is useful for him to make his business improved. Okay, so why it need to be improved? Like every business, everyone wanted to improve their own business. Okay, so they are involving on this like business improvement to improve their business, so they wanted to work on this business intelligence tools. So to create this type of reports, the back end data need to be cleaned. How can we clean? Using these ETL tools, and this loaded tables will be used to create these kind of reports. That is why we will be loading that data by doing some transformations, right? So that is what the entire ETL activity works on. And if we switch back to our discussion with respect to Informatica and IICS, as we know, Informatica is having their own power center. This is the local software that need to be installed, like the installation process will be taken care in the coming sessions. So that will be installed in a virtual machine where you will have couple of softwares like Informatica Designer, Power Designer, and Repository Manager, Workflow Manager. These are the different tools that are available over there. There you will be using the different transformations as well. So to transform the data, we will be seeing like how we will be connecting to that. And the basic tool that we will use in Informatica is SQL. Okay, so most of the transformations were done using an SQL, and there are multiple ETL tools available in the market like Informatica, Talent, and other many more. But usually we will be using this Informatica because this is the most demanded tool and the most used tool in most of the organizations. Okay, now right now we are doing the transformations in Power Center, which is in a on-premise local machine. Okay, but now Informatica is moving to cloud services where instead of using only local data, they wanted to use both local data and cloud data. Both the things they wanted to use at a time, and all the transformations that they are doing locally, then they can be moved to the cloud. Okay, why? What is the importance of cloud? Why we have to move to cloud is, if I talk very simple in very simple language, for example, if a Excel file is there on your laptop desktop, you have saved it on your desktop, and you logged out of your machine. Okay, if you are working for TCS, a file of your client is saved on your local laptop or local machine, and you have logged out of your machine, like you turned off your laptop, and then you are on a vacation for 3 days. Example, you are on a holiday for 3 days. Now, if someone try to access that data can't be accessed because that data is in your local machine. You have to give some particular permissions so that it can access over there, right? So for that part, the local file can't be accessed from the other can't be accessed by the other users. In that reason why the on-premise and cloud both are integrated here using this IICS. We will see how to provide the access of this local files when we start discussing about IICS in detail. So if I quickly give the major advantage of this IICS is facilitate seamless integration between on-premises and cloud environments. Among all five major contributions of IICS to Informatica and the ETL activities, this one is very important one that we go on for, I mean, that we are going to concentrate in the coming sessions, right? So it will help you to on premise. On premise means, don't worry, it's not a complex word, it's very simple, like premises. In your premises, in my premises, I am my surroundings, you can say. So on premises means it's on your local machine or local laptop, right? So this migration will help you in multiple things, as we have discussed. Streaming, like this is the on premises data, like where we have the local machines like databases. Oracle database is one, data warehouse, these are the on premises one. And then the streaming one, like where we will be having these apps like online streaming data as well. So all this type of data files can be connected directly and can be loaded to the cloud data warehouse. From here, connecting to any reporting tool is very easy. Data warehouse or data lake, these are the two different subjects that we will discuss in the coming sessions, right? So what is the major advantage of this overall discussion that I am trying to make here is, like, first of all, each and every business users required their business to get improved. Any business you can take, either a retail store, manufacturing company, a mobile manufacturer, Samsung, iPhone, anyone, everyone are there in this industry or in this world to improve their business, to grow their business. To grow their business, everyone wanted to see what are the mistakes that they have done in earlier, and they have to rectify it and they have to grow. And if at all they have to improve any other areas, they can work on that as well. Now, to grow their business, they wanted to look at the historical data, historically how I am performing and how I have to improve. To look at the historical data, what they have to do is, the historical data need to be cleaned, right? Because if the historical data is not clean, then we cannot understand that properly, and then we cannot derive anything from that. Okay, so the historical data need to be cleaned. How we can clean the historical data? With the help of this ETL tools. Among the available ETL tools in the market, there are two to three available tools, like we have Informatica, right? So we can talk about, just a sec. Yeah, so we have Informatica. Along with that, we have Talent, and we have SSIS. So these are the major three tools that I am talking. So there are many more, but these are the major three contributors in the ETL activity in the current scenario. SSIS stands for SQL Server Integration Service. Okay, so this is one of the ETL tool that is used in the market, but among them we will be using Informatica. But among all of these tools, the basic language, structured query language, SQL is the querying language that we are going to use to do all the transformations. In Informatica, we are going to use Oracle SQL. Okay, in SQL also we will have multiple different SQLs, like Microsoft SQL and Post GRE SQL, and we do have MySQL, okay, and Amazon Redshift. Okay, there are multiple tools available for SQL as well, but in the coming sessions, what we are going to concentrate is a combination of Oracle SQL plus Informatica Power Center plus IICS, which is the cloud. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in all the coming sessions going forward, and we will concentrate on SQL for the for a good time, so that we have to learn multiple scripting commands in SQL, and then we will concentrate on the Power Center parallelly. Then we will move to IICS, right? So this is what the overall agenda is for the coming sessions. And if I just need to conclude this, like, see, why you all have to accept, or you all have to understand what is the importance of ETL activity. Okay, so why it is very much important is like the backend database team will be there. Okay, any database team, like for example, if I talk it very simply, a database team, one person or two persons are enough because it's a one time activity. A database is nothing but one location. Okay, one location, it's a one time activity, that is one or two persons are enough for that. And then for reporting also, one or two people are enough, like where they will be creating the graphs and they will be presenting it to the client. But cleaning process between this, getting data from different data sources and then presenting it to the reporting, between this there is a cleaning process of the data. If the data is clean, then only the reporting will be good. Okay, so for that cleaning process, Informatica is widely used across all the industries. And as we already know that Informatica is providing the support for their local software. It's a company, they have their own software called as Informatica, and they have their own cloud as well. And they are providing support for Informatica Power Center right now. Like support in the sense, if at all some application is not working, you have a option to talk to the customer care and you can get it resolved. But they are very clear that from 2026, after 2026 onwards, we are not going to provide support for the Power Center, which is the local software. We will provide support only for the cloud software. So in the coming sessions, as it is a process that you cannot portray in your interviews that I know cloud software. You cannot know cloud software directly. First you have to know the local software. So first we will be concentrating on the Informatica local software, which is a Power Center, and then we will move into the cloud services, right? So this is what the overall agenda is. Pardon me if I am a bit fast. I just don't want to take much time of yours today. I just want to create some view like what we are going to discuss in the coming sessions, and I will keep all my experience in the table. I will talk the all the possible real time scenarios. I will walk you through all the possible challenges that you are going to face with respect to this tool, and many more. We will discuss some more things like how you have to perform in your interviews, how you have to prepare your resume, and all these things are the part and parcel of this discussion. And in the meantime, like whenever we are discussing on the topics, I will not just rely on the topics. In the meantime, I will walk you through the couple of things like what will be the real time expectation from your leadership in your organizations. That's a very important niche skill, because it's very difficult without an without a proper experience. It's very difficult to portray that you are experienced, right? So for that reason, I will help you to understand like what the leadership will expect from you and how you have to behave with your superiors in your organization. So all these skill sets I am going to explain you as well, along with this technical skill. Okay, so I am done from my side. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will stop recording for the discussion part.
Yeah, hello, Kisha. This is Suman.
Just a second, Suman.
Actually,